Hello and welcome back. My name is Coach Castle, and this is part 2 of the Brick by Brick Back to Basics lecture series. In this lecture, we are covering the detrimental effects from lack of progress tracking and how to start setting progressive and trackable goals. To get into why tracking is so important, let's imagine you have a goal of losing X amount of pounds for a particular upcoming event. Now, since your goal is weight loss, you know you will need to be in a calorie deficit, simply meaning your body is using more energy than you are consuming. Now, this calorie deficit is generally created through a combination of cardio, exercise, and diet, but the calories in foods are tricky things that add up quickly. This leads to the obvious question of, if you're not tracking how much you consume, how do you know where you're starting from, or what a calorie deficit would be for you? Let's imagine you just bought a used car. Now, you know your car needs gas to run, but the gas gauge is broken. How would you know if you had enough gas for the day's drive? Would you risk guessing that you had enough gas? Odds are good that you would be constantly stressed about the situation, and you would be filling your gas tank up all the time just to be safe. How about your workouts? How will you know if you are making progress or not if you're not tracking your sets and reps and weights? The answer is simple: you won't. Most people don't take the time to set goals in the gym or with weight loss because most people don't want to take the time towards making steps in their goals. Because when you set goals for yourself, you are setting a higher standard for yourself. It's painful to have a higher standards of ourselves as that puts us outside of our comfort zone. That higher standard that you set for yourself acts as a judge. And unless you are aware of the progress you are making towards your goal, then you'll go to bed every night full of regret, feeling you are no closer to your weight loss goal, your financial goals, your career goals, your relationship goals, your gym goals, etc. Insanity is repeating the same action over and over and expecting a different result. It won't happen. Now, if you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something that you've never done. Seems obvious, but most of us don't follow that wisdom. And for weight loss, you need to know how much you are eating right now to know how many calories you will need to remove to make sustainable progress. For weight training, you need to know your limits to push past them in the gym safely and make linear progression. I know tracking can seem intimidating to some, but it doesn't need to be. Now just stay with me for a few more minutes and you'll see how easy it is to start and actually finish a big goal or dream you're even afraid to start. So, let's talk about setting goals, making progress, why it's important, and how to do it. We are only happy as long as we see progress being made in our lives in one form or another. Let's use a 5K race for example. Let's say there's a 5K race you signed up for, and you're very nervous about your ability to finish it. Now you know there will be days that you don't feel like training, but you must push through. For every walk, jog, or run that you finish, your sense of pride and confidence in yourself and in your abilities will grow. That little bit of extra time that you ran, that little bit of extra distance you pushed, that little bit of extra progress in whatever you were doing, all of that repeated daily and weekly. The sense of pride in yourself and the observable progress that you see repeated daily leads to a snowball effect. So, bigger and bigger effects as you roll it up. So, by the snowball effect, this is what I mean. You have a goal: run a 5K race. You know the date of the race is 3 months from now. So, let's start working backwards. You need to decide on your goal. Be very specific. I want to finish the race. I want to finish the race without stopping. I want to finish the race in under 60 minutes. I want to finish in under 30 minutes, or I want to finish first place. Now, what level of goal you set will determine your style and frequency of training. And, of course, your goal must be realistic to your current abilities. So, let's just say you're the average person, not so great, not terrible, and you have chosen, I would like to finish the race in under 60 minutes. So, 3 months to go, 12 weeks or 90 days till the race. And, as the average person, let's say it currently takes you about 30 minutes to walk 1 mile. A 5K race is 3.2 miles, and you walk 30 minutes per mile currently, and you have 90 days to prepare yourself. Now you have committed and made a contract with yourself. You're going to do this race, you're going to finish it, you're going to finish it in less than 60 minutes. This is a commitment that you've made with yourself. Let's get to work. So, now you've made the decision, time to get out your post-it notes. You can also use index cards or whatever you like. You need 3 of them. So, day 1, goal 1. You're going to walk 1 mile in 30 minutes or less. Now this goal is going to be due by midnight on the day of your first day. Alright, day 1, goal 2. Needs to be in keeping with the race. So let's go on YouTube and look up how to train for a 5K. Now this should only take you 15 or 20 minutes, and I know you go on YouTube all day long anyways. So this will be due by 10 p.m. tonight. Alright, and your third post-it, day 1, goal 3. Very simple. We're going to download a running tracker app and create a profile. So as you can see, small steps. This will also be due by 10 p.m. the same day. Each one of these things should only take 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if you've been following this, a 30-minute walk, downloading an app, and watching some YouTube videos. And if you want to be efficient, you can do all that while you're walking, as a matter of fact. So, if you don't want to be efficient, that is about 60 minutes of time you need to find in your day. Now, is that possible? So before you say no, understand that 1 hour is only 4% of your 24-hour day. It's not that much, guys. So here's the idea. Every night before bed, you're going to write 3 new post-it notes. Each post-it should contain one 5 through 30-minute goal due for the end of the next day. Each post-it should have a scheduled completion time no later than bedtime, so all of these goals need to be completed in 1 day. These 3 post-its should be put somewhere in the house that you must look at frequently. I personally always recommend the bathroom mirror or refrigerator. At the end of your day every day, you'll be taking down your completed post-its and then putting up new ones for the coming day. You're not allowed to go to bed until you've completed these post-its. It is important for you that the goals for the next day should directly correlate with what you're trying to achieve. It should be linear progression. Here is an example of what day 1 leading into day 2 goals would look like. So day 1, you're going to walk 1 mile in 30 minutes or less, and day 2 would be walking 1 mile in 28 minutes or less. So to continue making progress towards my 5K goal, I went from walking a mile in 30 minutes to walking a mile in 28 minutes. So simply by pumping my arms and legs a little bit faster, I cut off 2 minutes in 1 day. So a good goal for day 3 would probably look something like this. Day 3 goal 1, walk 1 mile in less than 25 minutes, due by midnight tonight. It is the small and incremental trackable steps which leads to great progress over time, not big jumps. Just like building a wall, you must focus on laying one perfect brick at a time. You don't suddenly have a wall standing there. Now, let's skip ahead a month. Take a look at your post-its then. Where are we now? Well, day 32, goal 1. Jog 1 mile in less than 20 minutes, due by midnight tonight. Very realistic and achievable, and it only took you a month to get there. A month of easy progression on a daily or every other day basis. So in just 32 days, with small incremental progress, you are now jogging a mile in less than 20 minutes, and you're well on your way to that 5K in only a month. Not only that, but what about your other 2 post-its you do every day? Because that was only one of them. So where do we sit with the rest? Well, you started off watching YouTube videos about training for a 5K and downloading a running app. So, why would you not keep the trend going? Let's add watching an educational, motivational, or do-it-yourself video every day. Then, you could learn more things, study more things, and be exposed to new information regularly. The idea is very simple. You are what you do every day, not what you do once a month or once a year. You are the habits you perform on a daily basis. If you want to start making changes, you need to start with baby steps on a daily basis. And if you want to make progress, you have to get rid of your ego. You can't succeed if you got a big ego and you think you know everything. So obviously, this does not just apply to 5Ks or education. This applies to anyone who wants to change something in their life. Most people are unwilling to start improving themselves because they feel it will require a large commitment of their time or of their money. But you must be willing to start small and be willing to start with a bad first draft of whatever you are doing. Don't expect perfection. I hope the video helped everyone, and for any more information about my online coaching, please visit my Instagram, Coach Castle, my website, www.castleandprogress.com, or my YouTube channel, Castle's Corner. There you can find links to buy my book, To Build a Castle, a self-help book detailing exactly how to fix your own life and what's holding you back, or my Perfect Resistance Series exercise cards, or my Perfect Running Cube flashcards. Get after it, guys. Everybody, I know you can. Put in the work, stay on your grind.